solamente en el caso de enfermedades genéticas que alteran entonces permanentemente el cerebro, como la enfermedad de Huntington, como la oligofrenia fenilpirúvica. En ese caso sí, porque el cerebro está alterado por la razón genética, pero la conducta moral o no moral, buena o mala en sí misma, está determinada por el juego de los circuitos neuronales y los circuitos que hablaba Francisco del placer, del hedonismo, de la gratificación.
Y si quiere.
For Professor Harris, you argued that to be good, one needs to be free. Someone might bite the bullet and ask why not sacrifice some moral good in order to behave nicely regularly with moral enhancing drugs. So my question, to put it grandly, is why be good?
I think there is such a thing as moral progress. And moral progress is only possible if one can change one's mind about what constitutes the good. So to try and fix it by a deterministic process, whether drug-induced or in some other way, cuts us off from the possibility of moral progress, or could cut us off from that progress. So while I agree that, I mean, you're right, that I think to be good requires reflection. Of course, to be good doesn't. You might just be good by accident, or you might just be good because you're so unimaginative that you can't think about bad things to do. But goodness consists in thinking, having the imagination to think about why certain conduct might be evil, and deciding that you have good reasons to avoid that conduct. But we need to be, and somebody talked a moment ago about the plasticity of the brain. We need to have plasticity of ethics as well. Our ethical views today are not the final ethical views. Just as our evolutionary stage is not, I hope, not the final evolutionary stage. We can do better in both regards. And I want us to have the scope to try to be better. So I don't want to foreclose that in a sort of shorthand attempt to make people better. I just, if I may give one illustration. A lot of the attempts at moral enhancement have to do with reduction of aggression and increase in prosociality. But sometimes we need to be aggressive, very aggressive. And if we cut ourselves off from that capacity, that may leave us in a state where we can't defend ourselves when we need to, but it also may leave us with a distorted moral conscience. There's a wonderful essay by the philosopher Peter Strawson called Freedom and Resentment. And he discusses that people think resenting things is a bad idea. But what would you be like as a person if you didn't resent, if you didn't have hostility to somebody who threatened your loved ones, for example, threatened them with some terrible fate, murder? And we need to have appropriate responses to certain things, and those are sometimes aggressive. So I'm far from convinced that we need to eradicate aggression. Now, it might be better, as I indicated before, that we were feminized, but the only way we reliably can do that, I'm afraid, is to get rid of all testosterone, and the most reliable way of doing that is castration, and that's not going to be hugely popular among men. So if we are going to feminize people, we need to find a gentle way of doing it.
Pues muchísimas gracias a los ponentes por esta